Hi, bookflower! It's Kristen from Perks of a Bookflower, and this is kind of a random video. I've seen other people do it, but I've never done one myself, and it really is kind of a spontaneous last-minute thing. But I have decided to do the try a chapter tag because I had some bad news today. Wow, okay, hi. So I'm editing now, and I didn't say this in the video, but I might as well because, you know, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does. Okay, whatever. I got, like, told for the first time the day I filmed this that I had anxiety. Like, you know, I got a diagnosis that I had general anxiety, and it was scary, and I cried a lot because even though I was really happy, like, to finally know that's what was going on with me, it was just a hard thing to be told. So that's why I wanted a book. And I really just need to find comfort in a book. I'm currently reading an arc right now that's really just not doing it for me, so I want to try something new. And I really need a physical read anyways. Like, I need to hold a book in my hands. I'm so tired of holding my phone. So I have 3 books here. We're going to try a chapter of them on my balcony outside because it is a wonderful sunny day. And then I'm going to use that to help me decide what book to read. So let's talk about our options. We have Emma by Jane Austen, Beartown by Frederick Brockman, and As Many Nows as I Can Get by Shana Youngdahl. So one of these books will hopefully be the exact comfort that I need to read. Emma, I have to read anyways for Top Shelf Society, so that's a definite choice, right? Like, this one will be read at some point, but will I pick it up now? Who's to know? Emma is the story of a girl named Emma who likes to play matchmaker for all of her friends, but is not very good at making matches for her own personal life. It follows the struggles that occur as she so often messes up the lives of others by trying to make matches for them. Alright, and then Beartown is one I've been putting off for a while, but I really probably shouldn't be. It's written by Frederick Brockman, who is the same person who wrote A Man Called Ove, which is a book that I insta-loved and gave 5 stars. Beartown is about a hockey team and what happens on the day of the semifinals. Something traumatic happens to a young girl, and I believe a lot of the story centers around that and also the small community aspect of the town where it takes place. So it seems like it'll be a bit of a character study, which I adore. It doesn't seem very light, so this may not be the book that I need right now, but I guess the chapter tag will tell me. And the last book is As Many Nows as I Can Get by Shana Youngdahl. This is a story about a girl who falls in love. Aren't they all about that? As Many Nows as I Can Get are about 2 characters named Scarlett and David who are about to go off to college for the first time, but before they do, they fall in love. And it's kind of about how their romance changes their life and possibly their life decisions. I don't know. It's quite hefty, and I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, but something about this story just called out to me a long time ago, and I've yet to pick it up. So maybe this will be the book for me. I hope one of them ends up being it at least. But yeah, now I've got some reading to do. I'm going to take this stack outside my balcony and just try to lose myself in the world of literature. Alright, so that was an incredibly hard decision, as kind of could have been expected, because the books were all very different from each other. But I did come to a decision, and I will share it with you after I share my first thoughts about the book. So, the first book I decided to read a chapter of was Beartown. The very first chapter was only about 3 sentences long, so I went ahead and read the second chapter too, and I'm intrigued. I loved this one quote that was in the second chapter. What you create, others can destroy. Create anyway, because in the end, it is between you and God. It was never between you and anyone else anyway. So I love the idea of that. But then I read Emma, and it was like coming back to a whole nother world that exists, the world of Jane Austen, and it was so nostalgic and wonderful and welcoming. Like, I have of course read Emma before, back when I was probably like 16, and I read all of the Jane Austen books, but returning to Emma just gave me this wonderful feeling, and falling back into the nature of Jane Austen's writing style was so much fun that I am going to be reading Emma. But I am also going to be reading the last book on my list. So I have to read Emma anyways, but I thought I could just go back between these two because they're written in very different styles, and I'm always reading like 500 books at the same time anyways. So the next book that I'm going to be reading next is As Many Nows as I Can Get by Shanna Youngdahl. And overall, I think I just liked how it's written. So I will say, the first chapters are really good, and I was equally intrigued to find out what would happen in both. But I think that this writing style is going to match better with the Jane Austen book because one is very dense and one seems a bit more light and approachable. So overall, I'm really happy with both. So I'm happy to kind of have some choices to help me read through and escape life at the moment. And yeah, if you like this video, make sure that you hit the like button. In the comments below, let me know if you've read any of these books or what your thoughts on them are. Let me know if you've ever done a try a chapter tag before, and if you found it to be helpful for you to decide what to read next. Or do you really just mood read? Like, I normally mood read, but I just couldn't decide this time. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, and sometimes Mondays when I have no chill. Alright, book flowers, that's going to be it for now. Thanks for stopping by.